an interview is basically two people talking to each other. That's something we do all the time, and we're just asking more questions. For most people, do they already have the skills to do interviews good enough and they shouldn't worry about that? Or is there a certain skill set that this is essential before you start? You need to be good at this.
Yeah. It's a great question. I think, everyone's going to be a little bit different as far as the conversation goes, right? It's like if I handed one person a basketball, someone may be more naturally inclined to be athletic and maybe some people aren't, right?
Yeah.
So I think the most important thing, and I wonder if you'll agree with me on this, is curiosity. I mean, when you're curious about someone else, then you'll want to ask more questions. You're interested in what they're working on. And, how do you teach curiosity? I mean, and you're a big proponent of this, the more research you do, the more you'll find out about the person and it will spark something that you're curious about, right?
So you've done hundreds, if not over 1,000 episodes of being the producer for Mixergy, one of the top business podcasts in the world, where you talk to guests beforehand, you do research. And then for your own podcast, Inspired Insider, you've done a huge amount. So I remember when we talked a few years ago and I was crashing at your house with your family, there was about, I think you were saying like 7 hours per episode. Like you were really going all out on the research of people. Are you still doing that much, or what's the good enough there?
Yeah. I don't want to scare people, but I definitely over prepare for interviews. And if you think about this, Michael, like the people you have on are your most prized relationships and people and, collaboration partners. So you're going to want to do research on them, right? Or you should.
Yeah.
So I think at a minimum, you should look at someone's LinkedIn page and about page at a minimum.
Right.
The bare minimum, because you can I could say, so-and-so, what I see the other day, I saw this person has 6 kids and one of their kids had autism or has autism. And so just right off the bat, just from looking at their LinkedIn profile, right? And I'm like, that's really interesting. Like, I really want to ask about that and how they run their business with 6. So you'll find things that spark your curiosity and interest. And that's just from 15 minutes of research, right? Going on their about page and going on their LinkedIn page. I go a little bit further. And also the disclaimer with if I do 7 or 10 hours research is I usually watch videos about them or audio, and I do listen in 2 to 3 times speed. So 10 hours is really sometimes 3 hours of research.
Right. Okay. So but you're picking people that you'd want to do the research on.
Exactly.
Anyway, so it's not like a chore.
It's a great filter. If you are dreading doing the research, then why are you even having them on the podcast, right? And if it's someone you really, I remember for Wim Hof, I think I don't know if you know who Wim Hof is, but people out there, I probably did 26 hours of research for that interview, equivalent, right? So if I listened 2 times speed, so it was 12 hours of research. Watched the videos on the BBC, it was fascinating. I ended up doing the breathing techniques. I ended up signing up for his free course. It was something I was genuinely interested in doing cold showers. And I know you know that. And in the breathing techniques, it's something I wanted to do. I want to be better at health. And I thought it'd be helpful for me and also would make for a great interview. And I was fascinated with him.